Uh, the effort was there last week, obviously, with Pomona and all they could handle. And, obviously, effort there, but you guys didn't get the results that you wanted against Pomona or San Bernardino. So after, these two losses, there's still was some, positive that came out of those games.
Yeah, the Pomona game was a great game. I thought we were really well prepared. Guys practiced well. I thought that we approached the game just the right way and certainly competed all the way through. Had a chance to win the game, obviously, and they made some big plays. That's what championship teams do, and that's where Pomona is headed at this moment. So, hats off to them on a great job coming into Lumberjack Arena and playing extremely well. Saturday night against Cal State San Bernardino, I'm not sure if we were flat or what the problem was, but maybe it was just a matter of Cal State San Bernardino being red hot. They hit 3 threes right out the get-go, and from then on it was hard to recover from that initial blow. And I thought we did a good job twice coming back and tightening up the game, but it just wasn't enough to pull off a win.
The schedule makers don't do. I mean, you got one game this week, but in terms of quality teams, I mean, last week Pomona, San Bernardino, and now this week with Chico, a team that got wins against those two teams you faced, a team that plays really well no matter what, if it's home and road. And you guys got another big challenge on Saturday.
Chico's number one, they're rivalry games, so that kind of equates everything, whether they're playing at home or they're winning or we're losing or whatever the matter is. Whenever you have a rivalry game in a major sporting event, I think the playing field is level, and depends on the athletes and how well they perform, and they take it to heart on how big a game it is. So we look forward to Saturday night going over to Chico and competing against a very well coached team there, and they're deep, they're big, they're a tough matchup for us, but I always love the Chico Humboldt State game.
How can you match up against Chico? What do they do right, and what is going to be your plan of attack?
Some of their strengths are our strengths, and going inside and attacking and getting to the rim and getting them in foul trouble, is always a focus of the game, and that will be their focus as well. So it's two teams that are very similar. We both shoot the ball fairly well. We both play defense at a high level. We've been doing a good job on that part the last 3 or 4 games, and it's just a matter of keeping them off balance as much as possible and don't let them get comfortable in their own place.
Students are back this week for the guys. A nice little break from the books, but now they head back into the classroom. I know it was that first week getting the classes they need. What kind of strain is that on the students this week?
Yeah, it's good. I think it keeps them busy. Now they have a schedule. Now they have responsibility every hour on the hour. They're scrambling to make their meal times, their practice times, their study times, their class times. So they're busy people, and I always feel like if you're busy and you're fatigued, you're being successful, and that's what these guys are starting up again today, and I think it's a good thing. We'll only miss 1 day of class this week because it's a Saturday night game, so that's a positive. However, we do go back on the road next week down to LA, so our guys will be challenged from the get-go with their spring semester classes and be challenged that way. And I really think that's a good thing. It keeps our guys on point. There's no laziness involved. They've got to be a busy young man.
Do you feel like, just by the way your team has played these last 3-4 weeks, that somebody looked at your record-wise conference and be like, no way? But do you feel like just what you've seen from your guys that you guys can make a late push in the second half to get in to the conference tournament?
I do. I think we have a great opportunity to pick up some wins, and when we do, it'll make a huge difference in the standings just because of the parity of the conference. I hate to look way down the road, but just picking up one win at a time is going to be essential. It certainly changes the outlook week to week if you pick up a win or a split on the road. It's just those things are very powerful in our conference, and I look forward to it. If we do get in, I do like our chances because of the parity of the conference and top to bottom. I just think that anybody can beat anybody anywhere. And when March hits, we usually play our best basketball, so that's what we're striving for.
My last question, you had to make the difficult decision to suspend a player, and who knows if he will come back to the team this season. But last week, knowing that you got some pretty good teams coming in, was it difficult to kind of not make, any decision of like, coming back. I know, some might feel like we need everybody, but, and especially in your guys, this is the fact of just having healthy bodies, but was that difficult, for you?
Yeah, as a coach, you have to make tough decisions, and you have to look out for the team. Number one, what's best for the basketball program, what's best to represent the university, and what kind of locker room we want to have, and you have to make those decisions, and they're not easy ones. So it's an ongoing process, and I feel good about that, and our team does too. We've had a lot of communication that way.
Not to put anything against him, but what have you seen from your team? I mean, we've seen the wins a lot, losses, but what have you seen on the court from your guys?
What I've seen is a consistency of hustling and playing hard and playing together, playing better team basketball on the offensive end, on the defensive end. I like that. I like the way we're traveling. We're a lighthearted group. They're fun. They do a nice job looking out for one another, whether it's on the court or off the court. I think that's a huge character part of this team that I'm very proud of. They have smiling faces, and those things are important to Division II. Whether they're doing a great job in the classroom, which they did this last semester. They had a very, very nice GPA, one of the best GPAs we've ever had in men's basketball. Very proud of that. Our community outreach has been real positive, and our guys have been real active that way, reaching out to the youth and community. So as a whole, I'm very proud of what we see. Week to week on the court, you may not see it in the W's and the L column as far as wins and losses, but they certainly are giving great effort, and they represent our university extremely well.
Sounds good. Coach.